So God does perfect his people. He absolutely does, but it's over the course of a lifetime. Growing in holiness is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So God's covenant requires love and obedience. God's presence requires excellence, and God's faithfulness requires patience. This is what we've learned from this passage. We've seen how who God is and what God does informs who we are to be and what we are to be doing. And so then how do we kind of gauge where we as individuals stand in this long process of sanctification, this process of God's faithfulness to redeem and perfect his people? Well, I think one of the helpful exercises the Bible employs often is the process of self-examination. Right? Have I been growing in holiness? Right? Have I been, one great way to tell where I'm at in my mission as an individual Christian to grow in holiness is to ask myself, have I grown over the past month or year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years? Right? How has God changed me? Has God changed me? Right? What sins am I still fighting that I was fighting then? Or what sins are new in this process of sanctification? What sins have dissipated and which ones have shown their ugly heads? Or can we look back over the process of God's faithfulness in our own Christian lives and see how he has been faithful? Can we see how we have devoted ourselves to pursuing God? Or when we look back over that same period of time, do we see how, I feel a lot godlier then than I do now? Right? Would we see ourselves having drifted from where we once were? Right? Have we grown content with our sin to just leave it? It's never going away anyways in the first place. So why fight it? Let me warn you, don't do that. Right? Don't find ways to justify sin, because that's how sin rots the heart. So it's good, it's healthy. One of the applications of who God is and what he's doing is to ask ourselves, who are we? What have we been doing? Because it's that application worked out, right? To pursue holiness and to check, to examine ourselves in our walks with the Lord. It's that process that actually protects the flock of God as a whole, that actually promotes holiness in the entire body. It's through doing that it's through doing what God has called us to do, through pursuing holiness, is how we not only look and appear godly, but we as a body actually have godliness as the substance of our hearts. It's what our hearts are made of. Love for Christ is what makes our hearts beat. And that's what we want. We don't want just the looks and just the appearance. We want the real thing.